Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. For the last 1 month at least, all my editorials have been focused on our fight against COVID-19. Are we doing right? Which directions are we going? Where are we going? Why are we going where we are going? I have been questioning spends, government spends like Central Vista. Is that right? Should we be doing it? I have been questioning as to why the government is not acquiring vaccinations from wherever possible. I have been questioning as to why are we not able to get oxygen for our people. I have been questioning. You see, I have also been questioning the fact that a politician has to be empathetic to people and their need. Today, I am going to talk about a very different subject. Same genre, but different subject. You see, we have seen politicians take mileage out of this pandemic. We have been seeing that. Provisional certificate for COVID-19 vaccination dose. The COVID vaccination dose has the Prime Minister's photograph on it. Why? Why does the Prime Minister need to have his photograph if not to take mileage out of this? Why would the Prime Minister want to have photograph? But before that, today I am going to talk and possibly even expose a politician who claims to be the Aam Aadmi's politician, who claims to do politics with a difference and who says that I have dedicated myself for the people. I am going to talk about that politician. Let's get right into the show. So before I talk about that politician, let me tell you, last 27-28 years of my life I have spent doing advertising. So I understand the business of advertising, and I want to believe I understand the business of advertising pretty well. Now, at the cost of boring you, for 5 minutes I want to tell you some basic facts of advertising. You see, advertising, especially print advertising, normally is calculated, at least till recently it was calculated as column centimeter. So when you see a newspaper, there are 8 columns. So when you see 8 columns and the size of the newspaper normally is 50 to 52 centimeter. So when I say that I take a 25 by 4 ad, it is a 100 column centimeter ad, which is more or less a quarter of the page of that newspaper. That is how till recently we calculated the advertising space of the newspaper. But that is good enough for me to make you understand what I am going to say. Now in a newspaper, few things you need to remember. When you are looking at a newspaper and you see an ad on the front page of the newspaper, you need to remember that that ad is a premium ad. A front page ad is normally 100 to 150% more than any other ad in the newspaper. It is called a front page solus. This ad is the most expensive ad. Also the fact that when you turn your newspaper and when you go to your page 3, the ads that you see in your page 3 are also expensive ad. They are at least 50%, sometimes 75% more expensive than any other ad in the newspaper. This is number 1. Now another thing that happens is if you take a black and white ad, then the cost is X. But if you take a color ad, then again the cost almost doubles for a 4-color ad. 4 colors is what you call it, a color ad. Okay. So we understood how the newspaper functions. We understood what is the size of the ad. We understood what an ad is. Now let us go to an ad and I will show you a mock ad in front of you. What you are seeing is an ad. What you see here is what you call as a headline. That's the headline of the ad. Now what you see here is the body copy, which is the explanation of the headline. And what you see here is the brand logo or the ownership logo or the logo of a person who is giving the message, a person or a brand that is giving the message. This is normally called as owner's logo or a brand logo. Technically speaking, that logo is the owner of this message. The brand is giving the message. That is how it is. So you have the headline, you have the body copy, and you have the owner's brand or owner or whatever, owner of the message. This is what an ad is. Now, before I get into my story, also understand a newspaper, a national newspaper, like say Hindu, which I am holding in my hand, has various editions. For instance, Hindu has Chennai edition, Coimbatore edition, Bangalore edition, Hyderabad edition, Madurai edition, Noida edition, Visakhapatnam edition, Thiruvananthapuram edition, Kochi edition, Vijayawada edition, Mangaluru edition, Tiruchirappalli edition, Kolkata edition, Hubli edition, Mohali edition, Malappuram edition, Mumbai edition, Tirupati edition, Lucknow edition, Cuttack edition and Patna edition. This is the amount of editions that they have. So as an advertiser, I can choose my edition. I can say, I want my ad in this one edition. If I am doing an ad in Mumbai, I will say, I want it in Mumbai edition. If I have a Mumbai and then I have also a branch office in Ahmedabad, I will say, I want a Mumbai edition, I want an Ahmedabad edition. If I have a branch office in Cuttack, I will say, I want Mumbai edition, Ahmedabad edition and a Cuttack edition. But if I am a national brand, I'm like a Surf or a Liril or a whatever national brand, then I will say I will take all edition. Then I get a package. I get all edition. That is because I am relevant to each brand, each state, each city. So broadly I made you understand what ad is, how it works. Okay. Now let us get into my story. You see what you're seeing in your screen is an ad that was released by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. I will not call it Delhi government. Why? Because, come back to what I told you. What you are seeing here, that is Delhi government has capped maximum prices for private ambulance service. That is the headline. Okay, the rest category of ambulance, minimum rate, etc. That is the body copy. And look at who is the owner of the ad. The person who is giving the message. There is no logo of Delhi government there. That is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. What the ad is trying to say is that Arvind Kejriwal is the person who has made all of that happen. Now on the extreme left, if you see, which is you have to take a microscope to see it, there is a Delhi Sarkar ka whatever it. I don't even think that's a logo, but there is something about Delhi Sarkar written. The left hand side, it's a microscopic font. It is written there. So this entire message belongs to Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal, mind you, has taken a color ad, which is a premium, on a page 3, which is normally a premium, and advertise the fact that he has put certain amount of capping on ambulance. The work is done is very good, but he has advertised it. Advertised it big time with his photograph. Okay? You will say, if he has done it, he has to tell his people no. He has to tell his people no. Yeah, he has to, of course. You know the problem? The problem is I don't sit in Delhi. I sit in Mumbai. This newspaper that I am showing you is a Hindu Mumbai edition. What is Arvind Kejriwal's 3,000 rupees cap got to do with me? What is it got to do with Mumbaikar? What is it got to do with Maharashtra? Except the fact that he gets mileage. Is it anything to do with me? The answer is no. Then why is he doing it? Fair enough. If it was his money that he was spending, you will tell me what is your problem. Aap's money, no. Aap will spend. It is their mileage. It is wrong. Wrong. But it is Aap's money. What is your problem? No, it is not Aap's money. It is not Aap's money. Because there is another problem. Every ad, especially government ad, on the left hand side of it has got something called as a key number, which is something that you will see in the screen very soon. The key number here is DIP. DIP means Directorate of Information and Publicity. Stroke Shabdarth. I don't know what that is, Shabdarth, and whatever, that will be the counters and the numbers and the file numbers. The ad is released and paid for by Directorate of Information and Publicity, which means the government of Delhi. Who foots the bill? Delhi people foots the bill. They are dying for oxygen. They are dying for oxygen. This man has come on television and said, मैं हाथ जोड़ता हूं आपके सामने, मेरे लोगों को बचाओ, and he advertises in page 3, Hindu color ad with this beautiful photograph of himself with a mask. If this is not taking mileage of a pandemic, God knows what is. God knows what is. You know, yesterday the High Court of Kerala gave an order, in fact, observed rather, not an order. They said, fantastic order, Kerala High Court lauds the state government for fixing daily ward rates in private hospital for 3,000 rupees. This man talks about ambulance. You know what Kerala government said? The Kerala government said that a daily ward, private ward should not, no matter what, should not cost more than 3,000. So a person who is getting admitted in a private hospital for COVID will not get 15 lakh and 20 lakh bill. They will be arrested. He said maximum capping 3,000, end of story. So you stay in a hospital, it will not be more than 30,000 rupees if you stay for 10 days. Here, there are hospitals which charge you 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 6 lakhs. I've done a story on that. 15 lakhs. I've done a story on that. They put a cap. And who lauded it? The High Court lauded it. Did you see a single ad? Did anybody in this country see a single ad? You know, there is the Mumbai model, which the current government here is practicing, has now become a global talk point. Luckily for us, a positive talk point. A lot of people are actually appreciating the Mumbai model. Did you see one ad? Did you see one ad in any of your states or cities where you had the Chief Minister of Maharashtra saying that, oh, Mumbai model? You know, very, very good. Please, मैं हाथ जोड़ के बोल रहा हूँ, this is Mumbai model. Did you see that? You see, the fact remains that this is not the time to take political mileage. You know what? It will go reverse. Taking political mileage like this, spending money, taking color advertisement with your photographs there, saying that I did this big thing, is actually bad. It's going against your image. If at all you want to advertise in Delhi. Why take the Mumbai edition and pay more? Oh, the fact is tomorrow you want to stand for election in Maharashtra, so it may help your people. Is that your idea? This is the opportunity you are using it? So, let us not be holier than thou. Nobody is holier than thou. Let us be very clear. And at HW, we call a spade, no matter who that is. Acha, forget all of this. Forget all of this. Forget the editions, forget color ad, forget all of this. You know, one of the things about pandemic and one of the things that's happening currently is messages are getting spread like this. Without any advertising, without any external spending, posters and banners or whatever, message gets spread easily. There is social media, there is Twitter, there is Facebook, there is YouTube, where people are spreading their message easily. You see, again, I'll give you another example of the Kerala Chief Minister. He wrote a tweet. This was on the 7th of May. He said nobody will go hungry during the lockdown. Next week onwards, free food kits will be distributed to all families and guest workers. They call migrant workers as guest workers. So for all families and guest workers, food will be delivered for the needy from People's Restaurant and community kitchens through local self-government institutions. Just one tweet. Just one tweet. Every channel carried it. Every relevant channel carried it. Every regional channel carried it. Regional newspaper carried it. And the entire state was aware of the fact that he was doing it. He spent 3.5 minutes punching this. That's all. Not 1 rupee of the state or taxpayers' money. Not 1 rupee. This option is available. But then you can't glorify. I want you to see a clip. Okay, now I'm showing you this clip at the cost of people saying I am biased towards Nitin Gadkari just because a couple of days back I thought Nitin Gadkari should head the task force, and I still think so. I still back what I said, that Nitin Gadkari should head the task force for COVID in India. But that being said, chalo, that is no problem. We can say what we want. But he had made a statement. The statement is in Marathi, but I've got subtitles in English. See what he had to say.
आणि याच्यात राजकारण करू नका. आपण या सगळ्याच गोष्टीमध्ये बोर्ड लावले पाहिजे, झेंडे लावले पाहिजे, गरज नाही. लोकांना माहिती आहे. आणि लोकांना आता यावेळी आपण जर असं काही राजकारण केलं तर लोकांना मनातून ते आवडत नाही. पण तुम्ही जे करणार आहे त्याचं क्रेडिट आपोआप तुम्हाला आणि पार्टीला मिळणारच आहे. आपण जे करतो त्याच्यावर जगात आता मीडिया आहे, वर्तमानपत्र आहे, सगळीकडे ते जात आहे. त्यामुळे आपण आपल्या सेवा कामाचा मर्यादित एका माहिती होणं लोकांना इथपर्यंत त्याचा प्रचार करणं ठीक आहे. त्याचा फार बागुलबोवा करणं, एकच ऑक्सिजन कॉन्सन्ट्रेटर आहे, 4 जण त्याचे फोटो काढून आले आणि वारंवार पाठवून द्यायले, असं करू नका. त्याच्यातून आपल्याबद्दलचं इम्प्रेशन वाईट होईल.
Before I end, there is one more story I want to talk about. And that is the story of the Sikh community. Sikhs have been serving fellow human beings for generations. Their langars have been feeding lakhs of people every day. Every day they have been feeding lakhs of people. Today, when people needed oxygen, they started the oxygen langar. They used their network, they managed oxygen from wherever they could, possibly better than most of the state governments. They managed oxygen and they gave that oxygen absolutely free of cost, served their fellow human being by giving those oxygens. How many lives these people must have saved? How many lives these people must have saved? And you know what? They didn't advertise. You know what? I have not even seen them give any interviews. They just silently did it for the good of mankind. While all this I say, my salute to our Sikh brothers and sisters. Till I see you next time. Namaskar. Namaskar. We asked you to support us, and we are overwhelmed and grateful for the kind of support you gave us. A lot of you all told us that you find it difficult to support us through Facebook or through YouTube, and you would like to directly come and take subscription on our channel. A lot of you all said that you wouldn't prefer to pay through credit cards but rather have other methodologies. A lot of you all said that you want a one-time payment option, one-time subscription option. So we arranged for all of that. All of that has been arranged for. We have now multiple payment options. We have UPI, we have Paytm, we have credit cards, we have net banking, we have wallet. We have a lot of payment option now. We have a one-time subscription option. And all of this is now available on our website. The link is down below, and our website, of course, as you know, is www.hwnews.in. Mind you, with subscription, we also have a lot we offer you. So you have exclusive programs, you have exclusive meet and greets, you have exclusive goodie bags, a lot of it that we give for each subscription. All of those details are there in our website. So please go to our website and if possible, subscribe to us. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.